Florida. For most people, that word brings to mind white sand beaches, palm trees, and crowded resorts along the coast. But the Florida I know lies far from the shoreline. Just north of the Everglades, the land begins to change. Out here in these places, the landscape opens up into vast wet prairies and oak hammocks, where cypress trees rise from the dark water and horizon stretches farther than the eye can see. This is a quieter Florida, a wilder Florida, a place shaped not by mountains or glaciers, but by water slowly moving across the land. These wetlands are part of the greater Everglades watershed, a delicate system that has evolved over thousands of years. Seasonal floods, dry winters, fire, and time have all worked together to create an ecosystem found almost nowhere else in the United States. It may not be a 9,000-foot mountain pass, but landscapes like this are special in their own way. Because when you slow down out here and start to understand how everything is connected, you realize this isn't just empty land, it's one of the last pieces of wild Florida.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a little exploring in the Okaloacoochee State Forest in Florida. Now, this area is a little bit different to South Florida. It's a little bit north of Immokalee, Florida, and there's a lot of ranch land, a lot of farmland out here. It's very, very, very pretty. You can kind of tell already from my surroundings. It's a little bit different, a little bit more foresty, I guess you could say. We got the truck behind us. I'm gonna go ahead and air down and hopefully we can get some pretty good video today. This area is very, very pretty. It's got a couple of sloughs and very pretty cypress, not cypress domes, but just very pretty prairies. Now, this trail is nothing difficult at all. All it is this gravel road. But I am gonna air down the tires just a little bit to give me some extra comfort. I'm mainly, just gonna be taking in the scenery, hopefully get some cool photos, videos, and yeah, so let's do some exploring. Alrighty, y'all, so as soon as you enter one of the main parts in the forest, there is a really cool boardwalk that I'm gonna go ahead and walk down towards. And yeah, should be pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and check it out. This past week, we've been getting a lot of more rain recently. So things have been kind of calming down with the drought, but we're still not fully in wet season yet. So it's gonna take a little bit of time before we really get back to how the forest should be. But nevertheless, this should be really pretty. What an absolutely gorgeous day. It is almost breathtaking out here. Now, this area and another area very close to it, Dinner Island Ranch, these all used to be working ranches with cows grazing these pastures. They're very, very pretty. Now I'm going to kind of rotate the camera here a little bit, and you can see how, there's lots of grass fields with these islands. So this is a oak or hardwood island. You can see all the cabbage palms over here. And what happens is, I think I kind of explained this in my last video, but limestone actually rises up, and a lot of the trees, they start to grab onto each other in these areas. And that's how you get this risen up island where there's nothing else around it, and these beautiful cabbage palms. And I'm going to rotate the camera a little bit more here. And you can see this one here. This is a willow island. So very, very pretty. Man, it's just gorgeous out today. There's no one out here. Birds in the sky. This is the real Florida. This is why I love coming out here and experiencing this, because really there's nothing else like this in the country. Absolutely gorgeous. So peaceful. But airing down is as easy as releasing this chuck. Then we wait a few minutes and we are aired down. Shout out to Faster Flate for making great products. Go ahead and support them. Not sponsored, but that is a locally owned Florida company. Alrighty, y'all. So now we are going down one of the main roads down here in Slough. It's pretty scenic. Nothing easy. Obviously, it's like your typical graded Forest Service road. Nothing will be very challenging in today's video. It's just going to be scenic. Now, one trail that I actually haven't done yet, Mustang Loop grade. Supposedly in the wet season it can become kind of difficult, but I've never done it, and right now it's not very wet, so we'll see how that goes. I think it's mainly just going to be some sand, sugar sand, so, but other than that, nothing very challenging out here, but it's a great way to come out here, see this side of Florida. You know, you will be doing some off-road driving, but nothing crazy. Perfect for beginners, just wanting to get some dirt on the tires. But yeah, very, very pretty out here. I absolutely love this part of Florida. It kind of gives off, obviously this was ranching area at one point in time. Kind of gives off that Florida ranch vibe. Which I really, really like, and it's different obviously from the kind of terrain and stuff that we have in more southern areas of Florida and the Everglades and big cypress and stuff like that. Now, actually I was planning to camp here tonight, but unfortunately I can't, so I decided to come out here anyway and show you guys this area. It's very, very pretty, so yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and I'll show you guys more of the trail. It's very cool.
This is Okaloacoochee Slough, a slow-moving system of wetlands, prairies, and cypress forests that stretch across thousands of acres of southwest Florida. The name itself comes from the Seminole language, roughly translating to crooked water, a fitting description for a place where water doesn't rush through rivers but slowly spreads across the land. During the summer rainy season, these prairies flood with shallow water. In the winter, the water retreats, revealing vast grasslands and sandy trails that wind through oak hammocks and pine flatwoods. This seasonal rhythm has shaped life here for thousands of years. Cypress domes rise from prairie-like islands, collecting water and creating small ecosystems of their own. And the land itself forms an important corridor for wildlife, moving between protected areas like Big Cypress National Preserve and the ranch lands of southwest Florida. Black bears roam these forests, wading birds hunt these wetlands, and somewhere out here, even the endangered Florida panther still moves quietly through the grass. Places like Okaloacoochee Slough are becoming rare. They show us what inland South Florida looked like long before highways, subdivisions, and resorts. A landscape shaped not by mountains, but by water, time, and the quiet persistence of the wild.
Alrighty, y'all. So we just finished that loop in OK Slough. There is a bunch of different sections of it. Right now, we are going to hop back onto this county road and go down to a different section of the state forest that's a little bit bigger, and I think it's a little bit more scenic. And that's where also Mustang Grade is, which apparently is probably, that's probably going to be the most difficult thing we do today. And it probably won't even be difficult at all. So let's go ahead and check it out. Patterson Road. Wow, it's a beautiful tree right here. Big oak tree right here with some beautiful Spanish moss. This area is just very serene, very beautiful. This tree is just perfectly placed right here. Very pretty. All right, so now that we just pulled in here, this is Patterson Grade, and this is going to be another big loop here. And at the end of this is where Mustang Loop is, so should be pretty cool. Let's go check it out. Alrighty, y'all. I just wanted to take a moment and show you guys some of this beautiful, beautiful landscape that I'm driving through right now. Absolutely gorgeous. What a beautiful day it is outside today too. There's birds out there flying around. Absolutely gorgeous day. Now, I kind of just wanted to take a moment. Obviously, you see this sign here that says no vehicles past this point. Just wanted to kind of take a moment. I'm sure anyone, if you're clicked on this video and you're watching it, hopefully you're aware of tread lightly and kind of the principles that they preach. In my last video, when I was out in Picayune, I found a bunch of trash out on the trail and at the campsite, and it was just really disheartening because that area to me is so close to home, and areas like this are so beautiful, and we want to keep the privilege to come out here and enjoy them. I hope one day that I can bring my son or daughter out here and enjoy it the same way that I do. Obviously, you know, you'd think that you wouldn't drive out there, but someone actually would. So just taking a moment here to remind everyone to stay on trail. Don't be gunning it through these gravel roads, because then that's just more maintenance and stuff that, you know, the Forest Service has to do to keep these open and maintained. But absolutely gorgeous, guys. What a beautiful day out today. Just beautiful. And it rained a little bit, and I've been going through some of these puddles here. Got some kind of limestone dust all over the truck here. But what a beautiful day. Just lucky to be here. I also wanted to point out, as we're going down the trail here, that this area is on the South Florida Adventure Trail. So if anyone is interested in finding the routes, go to Sunshine State Adventure Company, and the South Florida Adventure Trail and the Florida Adventure Trail files are available for download. Not sponsored, but also Onyx is a great resource to find trails in your area. There is one other wildlife management area near this that is actually not on the Florida Adventure Trail, the South Florida Adventure Trail. We'll see kind of what time it is when we are leaving this area, but I might also hit up that area as well. It's called Dinner Island Ranch Wildlife Management Area, and it's very, very cool. You also have a chance to see some wildlife while you're out there, and some cattle as well. So it's a pretty cool area. But this is absolutely gorgeous. Very, very cool spot here. It's cool because this section's a little bit tighter, and you have some really, really cool sections with all these oak trees and the Spanish moss coming down and the cabbage palms. Very, very beautiful area. And like I said, none of this is very hard. You know, I could be driving my fiance's Acura down these roads, but they are very pretty. Very, very pretty. And this is just a part of Florida that, you know, people don't really get to see. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the entrance to Panther Pond Primitive Campground, and I actually reserved a site here tonight. But I'm just gonna kind of slowly go through here so you guys can kind of see what kind of sites there are here. Looks like these are pretty close to each other. Someone's running a generator too, but I don't want to invade on anyone's personal space here. That guy's got some dirt bikes. That's a pretty cool site right there. That's a loud generator. Very pretty though. Very pretty. And got some gators pulling up here. There's some little baby gators. There's a turtle. So just like out in Big Cypress, in Florida you get to camp next to a big pond with a bunch of gators in it. So that's what camping in Florida is like. Beautiful cypress trees, not cypress trees, oak trees with Spanish moss. Alrighty, y'all. So now we are pulling onto Mustang Loop. Four-wheel drive vehicle recommended. Turns out that's what we got, so we should be in luck. Oh, there's a wild turkey right there. I think some people are out here turkey hunting. Ladies and gentlemen, so we just hit the end, basically the end of this loop in Slough. Just ran into some hunters back there. They had a nice, pretty decent sized turkey. Pretty cool. I gotta come hunting out here one day. So my plan is now, it's around 5:30 now. I'm gonna see if I can make my way out of here and head towards Dinner Island Ranch. It would be really cool to get some like sunset shots of Dinner Island Ranch and record a cool little video section out there. So I'm gonna make my way out of the forest and I will see you guys when I'm back out. Now, the weather looks like it kind of cleared up a little bit, but we'll see by the time I get back out of here. If not, if the weather isn't looking very good, then you'll know and I'll record an outro. So, see ya. Alrighty, y'all. We have left Slough and made it to Dinner Island Ranch just down the road. It's a wildlife management area with some very beautiful trails. Also, would you take a look at the sun coming through the clouds right there? How cool is that? And I'm still in neutral. So this area is a little bit more, there's a lot more cattle being raised over here. You see all of the cows over there. I don't know if you can see them very well. Tons of little baby cows. But this area is very, very pretty. So I'm hoping to get some really cool drone shots and just some really nice scenic cinematic shots of this area. I can't tell you guys enough how much I really enjoy being in this part of Florida. Absolutely beautiful. This is all cattle ranching land. What are you guys doing? That little baby over there was scared. They're just chilling though. I'm not gonna bug them.
Just north of Okaloacoochee Slough sits another piece of old Florida, Dinner Island Ranch. And despite the name, it's not actually an island. Early Florida cattlemen gave it that name because this was a common place to stop and cook dinner during long cattle drives across the prairie. Today, Dinner Island Ranch Wildlife Management Area protects more than 20,000 acres of historic Florida ranch land. These open prairies may look empty at first glance, but they're actually one of the rarest ecosystems in the state. Wet prairie landscapes like this once covered huge portions of South Florida before development and agriculture changed the land. Fire is also a natural part of this ecosystem. Prescribed burns help keep these grasslands open and healthy, preventing them from slowly turning into dense forest. And because this ranch sits between several large conservation areas, it has become an important wildlife corridor. White-tailed deer, wild turkey, black bears, and bobcats all move through this landscape. It's a reminder that even in a state growing as fast as Florida, places like this still matter.
Alrighty guys, just giving you a little sneak peek at some of these old Florida vibes. Absolutely beautiful. Got the sun setting out there. Pulled off on this side road down here. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm afraid that the sun's gonna go down by the time I get back to the trailhead. Got the truck sitting back over there under that beautiful, beautiful oak tree with all the Spanish moss. Man, it looks so good. But anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end this video here. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know. I'm really trying to capture Florida in the way that I see it and the way that I think everybody should, and try and explain our ecosystem and the things that we have a little bit better, because you know, Florida isn't in a good off-road overland destination, but I think it is. I think there's a lot of fun to be had, a lot of things to see in Florida. So anyways guys, I really appreciate you for watching. Till next time.